Hey y'all, I'm back again. And today I want to talk about a Lexmark printer that I received about 2 weeks ago. My past videos on the channel have been unboxings, a lot of unboxings on the internet for Christmas, and a lot of those unboxings had to do with apparel. They had to do with beauty products. They had to do with some fragrances. This time I wanted to change it up because although I do those things and I am involved in a small amount of acting, what I do for a living is much different than some of the things that I've shown you on my past YouTube and some of the other acting jobs that I've done. My business is a regulatory and advisory services business. What I do is I condense data into small readable reports. So some of those reports might mean that I might take your personal bank account and I can create a monthly budget. And when I say budget, I mean your actual spending, so that you can have a budget and I can take your actual spending and we create a report and you can compare those things. I also offer some other services, but that's just in a small, simple sentence. What I do is I condense data and I provide it to you in a report. So that can mean personal finances, that could mean business finances, whatever it is. I condense the data that you have, analyze that data, and provide it back to you in some type of report format. So what I did last week was I got involved in a demo, and that demo was for the Lexmark printer, and that Lexmark printer is right behind me. I'm going to go ahead and show that to you. That Lexmark printer is a MB 3442, and that is right here. Okay, so you can see that for me, it was aesthetically pleasing. I like the white color. My other printers are black, and this was a good change up for me. So that definitely caught my eye, was just the color and the design. What this is a 3-in-1 that I've used. There's a fax machine, and the fax machine is there on the back. Most fax machines have a cable that connects into the back, a telephone cable. I don't use the fax, and I can get into that a little bit why later on. There's a printer that's connected to this. This is the loader up front. Prints here, and this is the copier. There's also scanner glass in there, so you can copy pages one at a time. I don't use the one at a time feature because I find that I'm reducing the utility of this particular model for me, because it's fast and it has some features that allows me to connect back into my computer and my system so I can transmit documents quickly. And I think that's one of the most important things that a startup business or a new business owner can learn to do, is to process data efficiently, because efficiency is what allows you to make money. So here you can see there are 3 features. I've used the copy feature. I have used the email feature and the cloud connector feature. I want to focus in on this cloud connector feature because I really found this very useful, and I can explain to you why. In the past, I have always used a very arcane method of getting my data off of paper. I would plug in my thumb drive and I would scan the pages one at a time, or place the documents in the loader and then scan them to the thumb drive, and then I would have to move the thumb drive to my computer, and I would have to go into my computer and find the documents in the thumb drive. And it's useful and it allows me to do what I need to do. The problem is it takes time, and if you're in a business, time is very, very important, and the time is what makes a profit or causes a loss. So here are the 3 types of cloud connectors that Lexmark is advertising. So I connected my OneDrive up to this earlier, and I connected my business, and this is what it does. So my business, I am a CPA, but allows you to scan, print, and do those things. I am a CPA. I don't operate as a CPA firm. I do other things, mostly in the realm of data transmission and providing data to other companies. This particular feature has very, 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 very much been a very useful asset for my business, and it has been a useful asset because of what I was explaining to you earlier. Um, when you have to provide data to somebody, you have to get them the data in some form. And in the past, even though technology is good, I've had to use some pretty um, untechnological methods of transmitting this data. This is like the cornerstone of how I move data from paper form to my computer. And as you can imagine, there are 3 or 4 or 5 steps to doing this. But the cloud connector is nothing like that. The cloud connector just allows you to put the documents into the printer, and then the Lexmark printer will transmit those documents securely over to the system, the document storage system. And it may not seem like wow, like that's not a big deal, but when you're taking something and you have an hour-long job that you're doing because you're a startup and you can't afford to buy a $500 printer, you have to come up with methods to do that. So a $10 thumbstick and a $75 printer work great. That's $85. Can't afford a $300 printer, so you have to come up with a way to do it. So for me, this cloud connector feature is very useful. I recommend it. I'm confident that the way that it's set up, that it's secure enough to transmit the data that I need to transmit over it, and it's quick. Sometimes these jobs were 30-minute jobs that would take me 45 or minutes or an hour because I'm scanning in documents one at a time. Now, with the way this is set up, those documents can go into the printer and then be instantly transmitted to an email address or to a document storage system or directly to a client. So I am impressed with Lexmark's Cloud Connector, and I just wanted to come out here and share that with y'all. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. I will be here to respond. Any comments about Lexmark or printers in general, feel free to drop them in the comments. Um, I don't think I have anything else to say. If you want to ask any questions about my business or have questions for me regarding what your business is, go ahead and drop those in the comments too. Have an awesome day, y'all, and keep social distancing and stay quarantined, and hopefully we will all be back up and running like normal soon. Talk to you later.